What's happening, people? Welcome to this episode of Everything 9000. What's happening, Amrit? What's happening, Ishan?
I'm a bit sleep deprived.
Why?
Because I had an assignment last night.
Which was?
What Squid Game?
So yeah, we're going to be talking about Squid Games today. It's just been, well, the hype has been crazy. I hadn't heard about it until like a week ago, which is when, you know, it came out. It'd be like it's on course to become the most streamed show on Netflix. And I'm like, really? What the hell is it?
No, how long has it been out? More than a week.
Nah, 2 weeks, I think.
Exactly.
2 weeks,
So it's been out longer, but you know, within a week, it's started getting that sort of talk going.
There's too much hype about it. Like, you know, we've got Halloween coming up, and all I can see is like, people trying to get these outfits.
You know, yeah, the outfits are 100% that's going to be popular.
They reminded me a lot of Money Heist. You know, the
Because
Money Heist
of the red
outfits,
theme.
because of the red theme. Yeah. So I saw some pictures, but I didn't take much notice of it. And then, you know, you watched it, Ishan. A few other people watched it, and they were like, "Wow, Squid Games is amazing." I ended up watching one episode, and you know, even just in the first episode, you can kind of like get the gist of what's going on. I thought it was crazy.
Yeah, well, are we going to unpack that?
Yeah, I mean,
I loved it, man. I thought it was literally amazing.
Wait, by the way, like I think it's number one on Netflix in like over 90 countries, by the way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
and you know what the maddest thing is?
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
And you showed me this as
Yeah.
well. It's like the script writer was, you know, pushing this script for Squid Games 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And like everyone would just read it and think, you know what? Yeah, it's a bit too out there.
Some people think that right now. You know, we can talk about like Netflix are like gonna change. There's talks that they're gonna change a few
that they're
things.
gonna, you know, take a few scenes out.
But wasn't that because of the whole issue with people like actually the numbers that they had on the cards were actually real numbers and people getting calls and stuff?
Yeah, there was one scene where, yeah, like you said,
No,
a
they were
card just
like,
made a number. And
yeah.
that number got too many phone calls. I'm sure there was a bank account on show at 1.2, and people have been sending money to that bank account.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you know, the show people came out.
Oh,
and said,
yeah. Actually, when I think that guy spits the card out at the end, that must have been it, I think.
I'm not sure, to be fair.
Oh, well,
but
actually, yeah. There's a few times when they go to the cash point and stuff.
yeah.
Like.
I think, you know, well...
Oh, by the way, like, spoilers alert, yeah.
Yeah, spoilers alert. If you haven't watched Squid Games, firstly, where have you been? But secondly, you're getting some mad spoilers because...
Yeah.
What is that old guy doing, man? He's ruined my life.
The old man. Upset, man. You know what? They build such a strong attachment with that guy from the first episode. Like he's the guy that no one's expecting to win, and you know what? You can kind of tell that he runs it. If there's so many hints and clues. So, for example,
Go on. You know what? I mean, you mentioned that before. Like, go on.
I didn't really pick it up until I saw, you know, the card, and I was like...
There's one really major one. So let me put the basic ones out there. Right?
Okay, go on.
Firstly, he's the only one of that age. Yeah? And
that doesn't...
Listen. He's the only one of that age. And what number is he?
4,
The
5,
first
6.
one.
Oh,
He's number one.
He's number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
But when the inspector is trying to find his brother and he goes through all the documents,
Yeah.
he opens up the documents for the Squid Games.
Oh.
Yeah.
It starts at number 2.
Shit.
It doesn't start at number 1.
Yeah,
the first
right.
pid is number 2.
You're telling me you picked that up?
Yeah.
You fucking read that after the show.
Why is
You
number
didn't pick
2?
that up for shit.
Wait.
You do not have the capacity, right?
Bro,
You're watching
man
that
doesn't
show,
have the
it's like, why is it
capacity,
starting
you know.
number 2?
I'm telling you all the hints. So he is number 2. Why? If he runs it, he doesn't need his own file there, right?
Okay. No, but...
And when he was supposedly shot, episode 6, yeah. By the way, that episode actually made me
we'll
teary-eyed.
come back to the episode.
Yeah,
but you make it fun about
you know, when he was
I cried as well.
when he was shot.
You know what? I'm not
Seriously.
Yeah, do you know what? I wasn't emotional throughout. It was a really emotion-packed episode 6, right?
Episode 6 was fucked.
And you know what? I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. I'm watching the show. That's fine. But it was just that last scene of him.
You know, at that point, I was like, you know what? Fuck this show. This is actually such a sad fucking show. But
The show was depressing.
Yeah.
A lot of it throughout, I was thinking, bloody hell, the amount of death I'm just seeing throughout the show.
do you think there's anything happy in that? In the whole thing? The last ever scene was probably a bit happy. You know, like when the old man was expecting the guy.
There was
yeah,
somebody
helping.
things like, you know, when they came up with the smart idea in tug of war, and then they tripped the other team. Do you know what I mean? Like there were little
No, but there wasn't necessarily
victories that made you
happiness.
feel like
Yeah, but at the expense of other people dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? That is one of those shows where it's just like, oh, you watch it, and especially if you watch it all in one go over one night, you fucking wake up like really shit. I woke up really shit, and like
let's take it.
One more thing. What
was the second few other clues?
I was literally just about to say that. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but you know the room they were in.
Yeah.
There were loads of beds there, right? And as more people died, beds started
being taken
away. On the walls of the room, you can see every single game that's going to be played.
Exactly, yeah.
So you could tell what the next games were if you looked at the walls.
No, I refuse to believe.
No,
you
no. Okay, I swear to God.
You read this.
Did you also notice how the old man always knew what the game was going to be? They were games he played as a kid. Every single game was his favorite.
I don't think they showed that the old man knew what the games would be.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, when they were playing marbles, you know, one thing that really hit me is like he kind of put this act on of like how he didn't know.
But we're gonna get to that.
No. Okay, let's leave that to the side. Okay, 1 second. You know about the point about the walls and the things.
Yeah.
I started noticing towards the latter episodes that basically you realize all the tasks are actually like drawn. So I don't know if they come up after. Or whether, I don't know. I didn't notice them in the first couple episodes.
I didn't notice them before, but
there
I
were so many beds
towards the last
few ones, right? Yeah, you could see the last few ones.
To be honest, I didn't really.
I did.
No, I know what was going on. That's fine.
But listen, let's just talk about a little about the themes and stuff that came out of that. You know.
I think what we're going to do is we're going to take it episode by episode.
Okay, go on then.
Right. So episode 1, obviously, it started off, I think, with a bit of a bang. You know, obviously they took it, you know, to the tram stops first, where they were obviously recruiting people.
Oh yeah.
You know, playing that game where you need to flip over the other.
By the way, can we just talk about like how the character arc of the main guy, like you go from episode 1 to like absolutely hating that guy because you know like he's a deadbeat son, deadbeat father. You think, okay, this guy's actual, like, you know, he's a prick, man.
I thought he was very likable.
No, he wasn't likable.
He reminded me of Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
No, he wasn't likable. Yeah, you know, I don't think he was likable, but he as the show progressed, like in episode 2 and 3, I actually started to like him a lot, and I attached to him. But in the first episode, the first 2, I would say, I couldn't like attach to him, man. Like I just found him to be pathetic.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know, they went from that sort of game to, you know, straight away in episode 1 they played red light, green light.
Oh yeah, that was mad.
And that's where they first introduced all the major characters, really. So you had Ali, who
you know what? Big shout out to Ali, man.
Yeah, he was he was amazing.
He's one of those people that are too good for their own good. Like that character.
The main guy's best friend.
Sangwoo.
The guy from business school.
I hate Sangwoo.
I really liked him at the start.
Yeah.
Episode 6 was the turning point. I was
no.
you know, he's turning into a fucking snake.
The marbles on.
No, not that. You know where he turned, like when I first had my doubts about him was like, you know, that first game where they had that honeycomb thing. Right.
Oh, and he didn't.
And he figured out.
He didn't tell.
And he figured out like what it was, and then he let his other best friend get
choose the umbrella. Yeah. You didn't clock that. See, this is why I was surprised that he picked up the finer details.
He knew. He figured out. You know, so that, you know, the North Korean girl, right? The main girl in this show. She'd seen what they were doing, and she was like, "Okay, look."
He had the assumption.
No. He knew. Because that girl told him.
Are you stupid? What's her name? Song Ji-hun.
Yeah.
He clocked it after, but he was just too nice to bring it up, as in like, oh, don't worry, it's not like you knew.
Oh yeah. No, but what I mean is like she obviously had gone up to those the fan things, right? Yeah, and then like she saw what they were cooking in the kitchen. She couldn't figure out because she's obviously from North Korea, so she never played those games. But when she tells the university friend Songwoo is his name, right? She tells him that this is what they were doing, and then he puts 2 and 2 together with the shapes, and he says, "Oh yeah," he figures it out. But then he doesn't tell them.
That's why he chose triangle.
Yeah, and he chose triangle, but he says, "Oh, maybe we should spread out."
Talking of honeycomb.
Oh my god! What's the story?
You know what? I thought, you know, it'd be a good idea if I'd, you know, just whip up some honeycomb, you know, make some shapes. We could play the game, but I spent 2+ hours trying to do this. It didn't happen. You know, I don't know if I should show this. It looks
you should definitely show the camera if you can.
You know what? The parchment paper kills it for me. Does it even taste good? Should we try it?
I wouldn't eat it.
What did you put in it?
I wouldn't recommend eating it.
We need to. Go back.
Why is it so sticky?
I don't know. This just
It's actually so sticky.
Yeah, cheers.
You know what? Cheersies. Are you going to lick it first? Are you going to lick it all the way? Oh, actually, you know what? It's actually quite tasty. This is actually quite. It's just sugar, isn't it? Melted sugar with like.
Fucking hell.
I'm gonna take that out, please.
This is so fucking sweet.
This reminds me of the sweet I used to have as a kid. That is tasty, man. You know what this tastes like?
It's like kind of caramelly.
No, is it? Yeah, it's sugar melted, isn't it? But have you guys ever had that crunchy, the chocolate bar crunchy? That's what it tastes like.
No, I've never heard of crunchy, mate. What's that?
Crunchy, you know the bit.
It is like that.
Yeah.
Honeycomb. That's made of honeycomb.
Oh my god. That's a bit of ASMR. Do that again. Do that again.
Yeah,
This is actually quite tasty.
That was actually really tasty.
No.
But health disclaimer: if anything happens to you, well, my fault. But, yeah, so that
did
first.
you put a flour in it? Like was that some sort of flour?
Yeah, how do you actually make that shit? What?
I wasn't making roti, bro.
You dumb.
It was bicarbonate soda. Yeah, I put that in,
Sit what?
and that's what set it off.
You fucking chat. You're not meant to put that in there.
You know that soda, like that soda gives you shit. So how much did you put in?
It said a pinch, but I put more than a pinch in.
Oh my god.
Yeah, go on. So
I wasn't gonna eat it. You lot just dug it in. But anyway, episode 2. I was surprised that they had. So like we just said, what was it? 456 people started off, and then what ended up with 187.
Yeah, 187. Yeah.
So like loads of people died. Episode 1, the tone was set.
you're missing something crucial that happened in between those two. They all actually voted to go home.
You know about that,
and there was a
thing.
93% rate of them returning, which means that this is all some kind of psychological game. You could think in it, and the masked man. It was all a test for these guys.
It wasn't it was actually surprising because the vote came down to the old man, right? And my thinking behind that was like, obviously, if he presses, like, I didn't find any suspense in that one particular scene. I thought, well, obviously, it's gonna go green because he was quite for it as well.
I thought he'd go green because one, it made me feel young, and 2, he had the brain tumor, so I thought he has nothing to lose.
No, but then I thought if he went red, then the show ends there. Like, what's the point? Like,
same.
That's what I thought. But then when he pressed the red button, that
I was so
really
confused.
surprised.
Yeah, it made you think well, what about the rest of the episodes now?
What about the rest of the show? So but when they went back, you kind of saw the lives they were leading, and there was there were some good points made about that. Life's gonna be hell here, but at least they have a chance of getting out of it. Like the life outside is just as bad.
But were you there sitting there calculating how much 1 is how many pounds? Because
no, but
the
I wanted to.
The actual total prize money was only like 62k.
Seriously?
No,
Yeah.
it was the prize money. What are you on about?
I'm talking pounds.
When you converted it.
Yeah.
Oh no! I converted the 45 billion won, right, and it's 27 million pounds.
No.
It's 27 million pounds.
It can't be 62,000.
Bro, are you mad?
Do you know what? I thought it was.
You're telling me that whole
Hold on. 1 to pounds. Is that what we're doing? 1 to pounds converted.
So it's Korean won, right?
So okay, 40. Type in the right numbers now. Yeah, 45
billion is 9 zeros.
It was 456 and then 0000. Right?
No, it was let's do 45 billion. That's it. Let's do 45 billion. So
let's just have this. Okay, go on. Billion.
45.
Okay.
And then 9 zeros.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Right. So that gives
27 million pounds. Count the things at the back. It's 27 million pounds.
You're right.
Yeah, I told you. I checked this shit last night. I don't know why I checked it, but I just checked it.
You know what? There's not many moments in life where you'll be right over me, but this is one. So 27 million. Okay, that changes a lot for me because that is actually life-changing money.
That is life-changing money. But I think
the fucking lottery, innit?
Yeah. But I don't know. But even with that, each time a person died, obviously the piggy bank thing filled up. But at that point, they were like, oh, you know what? That other lady, the sneaky one.
I hated her. I know exactly.
No, I didn't hate her, man. She was a bit desperate, but when she's
the desperate one. What's her name?
When she's when they find out that people get killed, and she was
the one that called everyone babe.
Fucking, she was the most annoying bitch on the whole fucking show.
She was so, even her voice was whiny.
No.
I was trying to say voice.
It's because she was so loud all the time as well.
No, I liked her, man.
So loud. I couldn't stand her voice, man.
No, I really liked her. I don't know why, but I really liked her. I thought she was good, man.
But she reminded me of you, bro.
No. You know what? She brought the comedy element to the show. She was like,
that was not comedy.
That wasn't comedy, man.
Bro,
but the show needed her.
The show needed her.
Yeah, she brought some sort of light entertainment to it.
Well, what do you think about that gangster? That gangster was
bully.
really...
He was a character that was needed, but I hated him as well.
I didn't hate him too much, man. He had his own desperations, man. I kind of felt a bit sorry for him, when they went into his backstory, when he's on that bridge, and
but he was actually a softie on the inside. He was actually a pussy.
Yeah.
So he wasn't a softie, but he was a pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a coward. He was a coward. Yeah.
But
It just reminds me of the scene, you know, when he was on the glass bits at the end.
Oh yeah.
And he just like, he looked and he was like, I'm not going. You're not going.
I did love the way how the annoying woman just took it.
Oh yeah.
That was
you know what? That was a poetic end.
Yeah,
Poetic
amazing.
end to her. At least
I felt
She told him, I'm gonna fuck you up.
no, she told him. But then the worst thing was it probably hurt him when she goes, "You have a tiny dick," and those are the last words he heard.
you know who I
That's
really
the bit you cried at.
you know on that same episode that fucking they were jumping in it the things. Do you think you could do that?
The glass.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I thought I would have done what one of them guys tried. You know when he just tried blitzing all of the glass in one? And I thought, you know what? That's quite smart. Let's try that.
Do you guys remember Takashi's Castle?
Yeah.
This is Takashi's Castle, but everyone just dies.
I don't know what that is.
It's like
It was a massive show back in the day.
Oh no, I don't know what that is. But
you know the guy that was looking at the glass. Yo, would you have done that?
your dad has a glass factory.
Do you know what? I thought of it, right? And
The
I
glare.
thought, do you know what? The tempered glass, so it probably means like toughened glass. I wouldn't know the difference.
you know when I keep forgetting his name, the guy's best friend.
Sang-woo.
When he pushed that guy right at the end.
Oh.
I was like,
So there were
what
20
the
seconds on the
fuck?
clock. 20 seconds left
Still
on the
though.
clock.
But you know what? That guy was stalling though, man. Come on. That guy was stalling. Like, he wasn't going to take that step.
You know one thing I really didn't understand the episode? We know when the glass is shattered at the end. Like, it was so unnecessary.
No, it was because like anybody that would have been on there would have like that was the whole point.
Well, that's how the girl got injured.
She was so bang, bro.
Oh no, we have to cut that out, man.
Nah.
You can't have that. in there.
Are you a fucking pussy, bro? I'm admiring. The whole world is admiring her, bro. She's the longest thing ever. 100%, bro.
She's become the most followed Korean actress or actor on Instagram. She's become the face of
she's
Louis Vuitton.
amazing.
Yeah.
She's made it big.
Yeah.
Then the next game, Tug of War.
Yeah.
We played that at Stag recently.
That's all I could think of as well. I was like, oh shit, we did this.
It was actually hard, you know. It looks easy, it looks
the
fun.
strategy we played at the
Left, right.
Yeah.
The strategy was sick.
Left, right wasn't as key as just lying back.
Oh yeah,
I actually want to play Tug of War again.
yeah. I
After
100%
seeing
wanna
it,
do
I want to see if the strategy works.
Because I remember when we did it, we were all like on one end, like just like pushing it, like but with the left, right, they're having it up your armpit, and then
I mean, Tug of War was a fairly simple one, but I think they've made it a bit interesting. And you know the people that died in the episode, there wasn't like anyone major who died. So
I think that was just to like kind of like get rid of all the extras and stuff and bring the focus onto the main characters. Yeah.
And also bring fear, like, you know, the key characters could actually just die.
Yeah. I think the next game after that was Marbles, isn't it?
Marbles episodes.
Oh no, but before that, stick to your team when they had that when they rooted at the weaklings and stuff. You know when they all.
Oh yeah, when everyone made their own
it.
like little groups and like.
And again, that's you know that whole show comments on like human nature throughout the whole thing.
It was a big thing on human nature, wasn't it?
Because like, you know, when you put a group of people together, like, you know, complete strangers, like over like a short period of time, they will like come in and like create groups of their own, right? You know, that bully guy was leading his own in a different way, in more in that kind of a dictatorship. You know, he was the boss and he ran shows on that run.
This is the episode where they all started fighting at night because they were deliberately given one egg to
rile them up. You know, energy's low.
Another reason how you know the old man was like called the shots is because do you remember when he started getting really upset and he demanded it to stop?
Oh, and he was on like two
and the masked man literally said, "Stop it now."
Yeah. Because I think that's when that old man drew attention to himself.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
The masked man was like, "Stop it now."
No, I see.
No questions, but he wouldn't have done that if anyone else said that. How many other people demanded stop, no, this, that? He didn't give a shit.
That's a great point. Yeah, I didn't clock that at the time.
I actually clocked that at the time. I was a bit like, something's a bit big.
Bro, you're not telling me you was watching that show with the inclination that the old man is running this shit. I'm not buying that from you.
No, I didn't have that. I just picked up certain clues.
You're shut up, man.
He's moving like Sherlock Holmes today.
You're telling me.
No, that's a good point. You know, he stopped the game then, and there was a big massacre. I think something happened. There was a death
Because
just before.
Because
Before
when the guy kicks the shit.
A few people didn't get the egg.
No, when the guy kicks the shit out of him, they realize
bully kills the guy that protested, and that sort of showed everyone like, okay, I've just killed someone. The authorities haven't done anything.
Yeah, and if anything, like they rewarded, like the money comes in because they also at the moment they realize that like they say, oh, he's dead. That moment, the bully guy, he shits himself right a bit, like he's a bit concerned. But like literally, they just come in with like the fucking.
Like, imagine being in that scenario. You know, a fight's gonna break out. You could die.
That's what you do.
Do you reckon you could survive that? You're talking about the games. Do you reckon you could play the games? Do you reckon you?
No, you reckon you could have survived that
I'll
night?
just climb to the top. I'll be with the old man. That's a strategic part.
No, but like you climb to the top. But that's
the thing is, those beds were falling down. People were chucking the bed. What if you go on top of the bed and that one's on the floor?
Bruv, I can climb, bruv. Don't worry about me, man.
No, you can climb.
I'd run away.
What would you do?
I'm sure I'd be the quickest guy in that room.
No, would you?
No one's catching me.
This isn't gym school, bruv. You're not gonna run in a circle.
I will do this, bro.
No, would you stand there and fight, or would you go and hide?
Nah, I wouldn't fight.
Would you?
I wouldn't fight. I would be defense all the way, bro.
What about you?
Defense all the way. So you're saying you would not kill another human unless they're trying to kill you?
Yeah.
But what if you saw? Okay, look. What if you saw the old man in a corner?
I'm in there to get my peas and get out.
But you get peas by killing people then.
But if other people want to kill shit, like that's them. Like I'm
no. Imagine that you're in that.
The main guy was like that. You fucking asshole.
Which one?
I keep forgetting.
Yeah,
456.
Yeah, 456 was like that.
Yeah,
and I'd be like 456.
But if it wasn't for Sang-woo pushing, the guy on the glass, 456 wouldn't have made it.
But 456.
Then that means you'd be dead. You'd be blowing up on them glass splinters.
But
and you'll take the death.
That's just how my story unfolds.
So you wouldn't take it into your own control.
Look, I would be like 456. I wouldn't be.
I 100%.
So that's it. Fine. Whatever happens. You're not going to kill anyone.
But you know what? 456 let the old man die though. That was that one moment where he showed.
He played. Yeah,
he played him.
Yeah.
But do you know what? The old guy was so smart.
Yeah.
Because I liked how he was playing. I'm looking for my house.
Yeah.
I liked how he was playing.
That made me feel really sad.
Odd even?
That they built it up. So this is why I cried. They built up that this guy's actually got dementia. Yeah. He's unwell. They made it out that 456 was taking advantage because of his dementia,
and you could see that he hated taking advantage of him.
No, but Sang-woo also
you come into human nature.
Okay, we'll get Sang-woo and Ali in a minute.
Sang-woo also took
but Sang-woo was actually unforgivable. Like that was not.
Sang-woo he's too smart for his own good.
We're not talking about someone else. The penguin, yeah. Bruv, that her
friend.
Yeah,
she was so nice as well.
Yeah.
Like,
I loved how she took the time to understand, who's got more of a reason to stay. And she was like, I've got nothing else in the world, but you've got a brother and a mother.
I think that's the first time in the whole
shows like somebody showed kindness. Yeah.
And
like sacrifice.
No, that's the first time
human nature won. Like the humanity won, the good in humanity won.
I feel like that's the first time where the penguin felt some love.
Yeah.
She wasn't trusting anyone the whole show.
She's not a trusting character, but you wouldn't trust anyone.
Yeah.
But again, like coming back to the main character, the 456, where like he was devastated, but he just knew, like, that if he doesn't like have this old man killed, then it's gonna be him.
I so wanted to see the bully die
but he wasn't gonna die there, man.
I thought that's where humor came in. I actually enjoyed the battle he had, because the other guy was just like, all right, come on.
Jokes like him, like he's calling him boss, but that moment he's like, fuck you, man.
Again, that's human nature. That shows when all of that authority goes, the true colours start coming out.
Yeah.
Again, human nature.
It was a good episode, just a really sad one.
I thought episode 6 was the best episode.
Bruh, yeah, but I hated it at the same time. I
hated it too. That moment when they realised they're going to be playing each other, that moment, my heart dropped and I was like, fuck.
And do you know what's worse? Yeah. He went back to choose the old man.
Did he?
He didn't have to choose the old man. The old man left him.
Oh yeah. He thought because they obviously we thought like if he gets with the old man, it's gonna be a disadvantage. But
and do you know what's worse? The crazy girl. What was her name?
The annoying one.
The annoying one that said fade.
What she didn't even.
She didn't get chosen, and that's what would have happened to the old guy, and the old guy would have just stayed in the bed, back in safety because he was the weakling.
Yeah, but the old guy just wanted to have some fun. He didn't die anyway.
The old guy didn't choose to go in. The old guy chose to step out.
No,
so
he didn't stay in his bed.
No, yeah, he's playing a game, bro. Everything he done play.
You can't tell me he planned that the guy would choose him. Bro, come on,
he's too smart, man.
Oh no, the way he played him was like, oh, have my hoodie.
It was all psychological. Even called him Gangbu. What was it? Gangbu.
Gangbu. Yeah. Sounds like a very
even that, the way they started, be like, yo, you're my, and they said true it.
Yeah.
You're my Gangbu.
And then we go into episode 7. This is where the VIPs come in, and this is where you start to realize, it's that sort of, it's for their entertainment. These billionaires, it's that horse racing type thing. You know how the Purge. These billionaires are getting these people.
Oh yeah.
It's that sort of, it's just entertainment for them.
Yeah. I hated all the VIPs.
Yeah.
I hated the acting. I hated
100%. Their dialogue was like, so what are you betting on today? I'm betting.
And they all laughed at his shit jokes. It was cringe.
I thought, the writing in English was a bit lame. Like those dialogues were bare lame. I don't know if that was just part of the show, but like
it's written by someone that's Korean, so obviously.
No, I don't know, but like I felt those they were so fake that the whole show was amazing. But I don't know if it was meant to be like that.
It was meant to be like that.
No, but
I got that.
The thing is, obviously when Ali was speaking Urdu, I can fully understand.
The big up to Ali.
But I don't know if any of you guys realize this, but the subtitles weren't 100% accurate to what Ali was saying.
I wasn't reading it because I was proud of the fact that I don't need the subtitles.
Oh my god! Can we get into the subtitles?
Likewise, there's a lot of news about that as well. That apparently the meaning of Squid Games has been lost because the subtitles don't directly translate.
Sean, you don't know this, right? Me and Amrit have had the biggest. This has been a big debate
ongoing.
We've had many debates, right? But this is one where he thinks he's so right, but he's just not right.
We've had this debate's been ongoing for about the last 5-6 years.
It started from a show called Narcos.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Before that.
It was maybe even before that. That was it. Right. The point was, I said, okay, he always used to say to me, oh, I'm watching this French show tonight, or I'm watching this Iranian film. I said, oh, that's great. But
I watch a lot of world cinema, right? And I watch a lot of Belgian films.
I said, okay, that's great. But do you really know what's going on? Can you fully appreciate what's going on? And, his argument was, oh, well, you watched Narcos. Did you get what's going on? And I said, yeah, I get what's going on. But I'm sure, in Spanish, there are subtle differences. And they're understanding the little things there. I'll give you an example. Ali's counting, when Ali was told to go around and count the teams and count, who's the old guys, who's this. Oh, ye bade log hai, ye chote log hai. Now, exactly. Yeah. So, for the subtitles and the translation, that's just, oh, these are the old guys, these are the young guys. But, right, when you actually speak the language and
No, he was saying bade log and all that, but that's what it means, though.
That's what it means, but... Okay. The way he says it, the way he chose to use them words, that means a lot more to us because we actually understand the language.
No, okay, but how would you... Okay, how
do you agree with that?
Okay, how else would you translate what he was saying into English?
But no, it was his literal meaning.
It was literal meaning. What I'm saying to you is...
I think you could have picked a better example to make it play.
No, what I'm saying is, when you understand the language, right? You don't care how it's translated. You just get why he chose that language. Can I just say, I don't get your beef with subtitle movies and stuff. I don't get it. There is no beef. I'm just saying.
Of course you do.
You don't watch that.
Every time I say I've watched this Iranian film. By the way, Iranian films are one of the best films. Fucking art. The films they make are amazing, right? The films that come out of Iran, right? And you watch those films and you understand them. I probably understand 99% of the film.
You don't understand 99%.
I would say
you understand probably 70% of it.
Shut up, bro. You're telling me you've only understood 70% of Squid Games then?
What do you mean?
How much of Squid Games do you think you actually understood? Did you watch it in Korean?
Of course I watched it in Korean with English subtitles and I understood it, but I'm telling you, someone who speaks the Korean language will have understood so much more. Yeah. And you don't even know what you don't know.
We watch a lot, when we watch a Hindi film, right, we understand, or Punjabi film, we understand it completely, right, and we look at the subtitles and we think, it's a tiny bit off.
The subtitles are way off.
No, in some films...
You're telling me the subtitles in Punjabi and Hindi films, they're way off.
In Punjabi films, they were off.
Sometimes they are way off.
In Punjabi films, they are.
And the thing is, you're watching these Iranian films, you don't even know if they're off.
I'm telling you,
they could be saying, oh, that's a nice tomato, and you just heard, oh, that's a nice cucumber. You don't know.
I mean, you can never actually know, but I don't think it's that far off.
It's like those people that get those tattoos, those Chinese tattoos. You don't know.
No. Look, I think... I don't get it. I hate it every time you say this. When you bring it up,
you're getting a great experience, which granted you are. Yeah. You're getting 70% of that experience. You're not getting 99% of that.
I'm getting 99% of it. You know what? Films, films isn't even about language, bruv. It is about language. Obviously, it's about dialogue.
I'm pretty sure scripts are a very important part of a film.
No, scripts important, but a lot of the film also
We're not talking about musicals. We're talking about films.
I'm telling you, man. A film is.
No, you can tell me what you want.
It's a form of art. It's a form form of it. Like you understand the.
No, that's your interpretation.
Your
from what you can understand.
Yeah.
But you don't understand all of it.
Look, I'm telling you.
Let's move on from this fucking
Sean, what's your take on this debate? Then?
Okay, did you understand
look,
Squid
the
Games?
first time.
No. Did you understand enough of Squid Games to have enjoyed it?
Of course. But what I'm saying is...
what's the point?
What I'm saying is, okay, for me it might be an 8 out of 10, but for,
yeah, I get it.
Watching Sacred Games, which is in Hindi,
Yeah.
Knowing the swear words and knowing the actual background behind it, for me that's a 9 out of 10. For someone else that's average, a literal meaning.
But you're saying 8 out of 10 is not.
Well, okay, look, this is the first time we've had this debate in front of someone on air. What do you think?
I think Sacred Games is like the best example of that, because that's what I was thinking the whole time.
Yeah.
Sacred Games is the first time where the way he's swearing, the way he says it. If you read the subtitles,
and then you get the context.
It's like talk.
Yeah.
You don't directly. The subtitles don't do his dialogue complete justice. Yeah, but given that,
but if you're reading those subtitles, you still understand what's going on.
Of course,
of course.
But it's not 100%.
It's not 100%.
No, it's not. I never said it was.
It's
100%.
not even 99%.
What's your Give me a percentage. It can't be 70%. I'm telling you, if you say 70%,
Does the percent even matter? I don't know. I wouldn't say 70, maybe like 80.
Nah, bro. It's got to be above 90.
It's not above 90. You don't get 90% of it.
So, you know what?
Just
I'm gonna
from reading the subtitles.
I don't know, man.
You don't get 90% of it. The whole feeling, like that all comes
Listen, it doesn't matter. If you get it, you get it.
But he doesn't get it. But that's fine. Then we went...
I said to him, why are you watching Narcos? And he was like, oh yeah, but I did Spanish at GCSE and 2 words in Spanish.
I can speak Spanish.
You can't speak Spanish.
I can speak Spanish.
Say hello, how are you in Spanish right now?
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Okay.
Bro, you sound like
you didn't expect that, did you? I had to think of that.
Okay, tell me what time it is in Spanish right now. It's time you shut the fuck up and move on.
I was actually going to attempt it, but fair play.
That was a good one.
Okay, and then we go to episode 7. We talked about that. The VIPs came in, we hated them, but they played the jumping bridge game. With the glass.
Yeah, that was that was probably my least favorite game. I don't know, man.
We talked about that
briefly, but the game they had to jump on the glass. It was funny how the bully would just stand there and
he just gave. He was like, his strategy was let the other people die first. I think but because he was quite far off. When he ended up being at the front, he was quite far off. And the one person I fucking hated the most in that show was that that priest, that pastor who would.
I hated him too.
Oh my day!
He was so annoying.
When he got pushed off that bridge, I was like, thank God. I was like, oh my! I would have gone there and pushed him off.
Would you push people off?
I would push that priest off. He would he was fucking me off.
So if you hate someone, you'd push him off.
Yeah, I'd fucking push you off. Is that what you're gonna ask?
Who's the more annoying character, the priest or the annoying girl?
Oh, the priest by
priest was more annoying.
Priest by 100 miles, man. You know what? Where everybody was trying to be reflective and just listen to the silence. My man was like.
The girl just was annoying, but the priest wasn't trying to be annoying, but he was so annoying.
Yeah.
I hear that.
So I'm glad he got
pushed. The priest was making my blood boil up.
He was.
When he sat on the glass and he just started doing his prayers, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Even when they're coming down, especially when you hear the other girl's story, the one that had sacrificed herself.
What did you make of the glass guy that had 30 years of glass manufacturing experience? Knew that he could save everyone, but he didn't.
But I think it was a good thing he didn't, because once they clocked what he was doing, they switched the lights off. So that in that case, they would have switched the lights off way earlier.
Still could have saved 10 people.
Could he save anybody? I don't know.
By the time they figured out, that he could switch the lights off, that was 3-4 glasses in.
Yeah.
Maybe that's 2 people he saves. Better than none, is it not?
I don't know, but I think he obviously...
You can't say if he wouldn't have volunteered, he wouldn't have saved more people than what
No, he could have, but I think at the same time, the aim of the show is you eliminate people, right? So as soon as he was behind somebody, then he realized, okay, well, I'm on the front now. Then he pulls his skills out, right?
Of course, but what I'm asking you is, what did you make of him not going to the front?
I think that's cool, man.
I think it's calm.
Everyone's there for themselves anyway. So.
Yeah. Look, I probably would have said, look, guys, let me take the lead on this. Personally, I would have done that, but I understood why he didn't.
I don't think you would. I think you like thinking of yourself, thinking, that you would. But
I think I would. I would be like, listen, guys, you know what?
I think we've determined in past episode you're a hypocrite.
You've got video footage of me saying that.
But, okay, fine. The game ends and there's just 3 people? 3 people left? 4 people?
Yeah, no.
3 people. 3 people left.
The main 3 basically.
3 main characters. Well, 3, yeah. 3 of the main characters.
The primary characters.
You know,
basically.
the painting gets injured. Are so upset when she gets injured. She got glass in her.
Yeah, and for me, it kind of set in then, okay, she's not going to make it.
I never thought that. I thought she could have, like...
No,
Do you think she would have made it?
You could tell her face was going pale. She didn't eat much food. The other 2 guys, you know...
I thought 4, 5, 6 and her would have, like, actually teamed up. I mean, that's what they were planning on doing.
They were to...
Do you know what was interesting? You know, you made not Sangu, sorry. You made 4, 5, 6 to be the saint, but he was on his way to kill that Sangu.
Yeah,
but he was. But I think he was out doing it because of, like, he knew, like, he would kill her.
We know that. But that was the point I was making
Even
earlier.
when Sangu killed her, I got so upset.
You tried to make the stance that, okay, you wouldn't kill anyone. Yeah. But he went to
kill her because he knew, like, the moment, like, she was dozing off, right? Yeah, like, she was obviously weak. He knew that Sang-woo was gonna go over and kill her, so he wanted to, like, and plus I think he was quite angry at the fact that.
So you're saying it's okay to kill someone to save someone else's life?
This is fucking bioethics.
So.
You know, this is taking me back to my bioethics day, man.
Imagine, let's apply that same principle to your family.
Oh, okay. You know what?
But it's not his family.
I think when you're in a situation like that, they become your
family. Yeah, they do. You could tell, like, they
literally started making groups, like, at the start of the show.
Yeah.
So by that time, when you've experienced so much bloodshed and emotion,
I think when you experience, like, when you have, like, shared trauma and stuff, you obviously, like, feel much closer to the person. Like, you could even, like, you know, when somebody is in that kind of situation, like, I don't know, like, when somebody's in a hostage situation, the victims and stuff suddenly are connected together. There's no tearing apart from them. You know what I mean? So when you share trauma, like, you become close and you can't be pulled apart.
Thanks.
Why are we not speaking about the inspector in all this, man? Like, you know, during all this time, you know, the inspector's finding out, you know, who his brother is. Did any of you guys ever think that the mastermind was
don't
brother?
Fucking say that you had.
I swear to God.
He's going to come out in a second. I saw these hints. Let me tell you him one.
I just had a feeling.
Shut up, man.
No, because I thought that would be amazing. Like, imagine he's out there.
This guy is on so much smoke this episode.
You know, honestly, I thought...
Because he figured out one clue and now he's going to come out and, I knew that. He's that guy, isn't he?
Okay, you know when all these guys got the invitation, his brother and the inspector went to his brother's house because he hadn't paid rent. There's a pink ribbon. Who else?
That doesn't mean that's his masked guy, is his brother.
It was
that just meant that
it was something a little bit more special than everyone else's.
It wasn't. What are you on about, bro? My man was a past participant.
He was a 2015 video.
I'm so angry.
He's like twitching there. Did you see that in his eye? Past participant.
No, I'm so angry at this. Like, he might have trying to pull off like he's some fucking Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, no, he's right though. He won in 2015.
Yeah, he won the 2015, and that's where the card was. Like,
and that's why at the end of the episode he was like, what's his name? Inho. Yeah. I actually thought it was. But I'm not gonna lie, when he took his mask off, I thought it was his dad, not like his brother.
He did look much older. Yeah. But I mean,
he was actually one of my favourite characters, by the way, the inspector.
Yeah. He was probably the most likable. He was the most likable because he wasn't the one killing people. Like,
my favourite character was Gangbu up till episode 6. But then obviously that changed right at the end when we find out, he
wasn't even his real name.
No, Ilum, isn't it? Was Ilum?
Well, the old guy.
Yeah, the old
number
man.
1.
Mine was Ali and the inspector.
I loved Ali, but it's just like stop being.
He was naive.
Just chill.
He was very naive.
Everyone, everyone's not your sir.
He was a bit like, obviously
the point when Sang-woo asked for all his marbles for him to secure it.
Yeah.
Don't give him your marbles.
Did you get that he was gonna snake him at that point?
I got it. I the moment he said, let's, he started to convince him, like, we'll win this together. I was like, he's up to it.
I actually
because he betrayed them before as well. As I said about the honeycomb thing as well.
But what did you think of the old guy being the mastermind?
I didn't like it. Like, I didn't like the ending. Like, honestly, like, the last half an hour of the show, I was just waiting for it to end. Like, I was
wanting to know, like, what's happening. I was like, no. But
I agree. It didn't keep me thinking, like, what's happening next? Why is this happening? It was interesting. I thought it was interesting. But what did you think of the old guy being the mastermind?
His reason for it was kind of. I mean, do you think it's justified?
I think it was like because that show was full of like so many twists and turns. Like, and that last one being that, like, I didn't find it too significant. Honestly, I didn't find it like, oh shit, like that was a huge shock to my system.
You know, it was to me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You know, one guy. Huge shock.
You know, one
guy. It wasn't a huge shock to my system.
He was alive. I was thinking, how is he alive? But then, even when I first saw him, I didn't instantly think, oh, he's the bad guy.
Yeah, neither did I.
It took a couple of like a bit of discourse.
You know who I actually hated as well. You know the guy at the train station that is
I hate
getting everyone.
It was his face, wasn't it? And right at the end, he's like,
yeah. Well, he's the recruiter, isn't he? The head recruiter,
headhunter. Yeah, I hated him too. But you know, overall, you know, for me, when I'm looking at shows or watching, you know, series or even a film, for me, what makes a good film or a good series is if it invokes emotion in me. For me, it's always that. You know, if I rate it high, if it invokes emotion in me, it's done its job. You know, it's got to me at some point on some level. That means, you know what, it's good.
Yeah. Well, the fact that we're talking about it and everybody's talking about it is the fact that it's good. I mean,
is it overrated or underrated?
I think
underrated.
No, I wouldn't say it's underrated.
I don't think
it's rated highly. How could you? It's the most watched thing.
To be honest, I'm going to go with the view that it's overrated. By the way,
I would say it's overrated.
How do you think it's overrated?
Because there's a lot of hype for it, right?
It's underrated.
The most as much hype as James Bond.
Yeah,
if not bigger.
If not bigger,
justified.
But it's good. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
I wouldn't give it a 9 or a 10.
I'd give it like an 8. 9 out of 10.
It's one of those things you can't stop watching because it's a thriller, right?
Not gonna lie, I'd give it a 10 out of 10, man. What else? What else did I want from that show?
You'd give that a 10 out of 10.
What else could it have done to me in its context with like its whatever it wanted to achieve? Like, what else could I have asked from Squid Games? What else could you have asked from it?
As in,
I don't know. Like, I honestly, like, it was a thriller. Like,
what else did you want? What else did you want?
There's series that like for me when I compare it to something like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was much better.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones was like so complex.
Are they even like comparable?
No.
Well, if you're talking series, how else do you compare it?
In its own right, the way I see it is like there's nothing else that I would have asked.
You know what? Have you guys watched the film Parasite?
I've not yet, but it's on the list.
Okay, have you watched Parasite?
Nah.
Okay, watch that, and that is a Korean film as well again. But like that film will blow your mind on a different level, and I think that film's a 10 out of 10. And then whereas this show, it was a thriller. It kept me like I couldn't stop watching it.
It was like cheap thrills though.
It was cheap thrills. Yeah,
it wasn't like intense thrills.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
Yeah, like so. That's why I would say. You know what? The furthest I would go
was for me. That was a 9 out of 10 episode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The episode 6 was like very highly rated, as I said, but that again would be 9. But overall, the furthest I would stretch for overall, it would be a 7 at the best.
What are you guys?
A 7 out of 10 for you?
At max.
Squid Games.
Yeah, at max.
No one cares about this guy anyway. But listen,
no, I'm being serious, bro. You watch Parasite, and that keeps you thinking for fucking days.
Need to watch it now.
And this, I'm ready to forget it. Like,
well, like Interstellar, I only watched that recently, and I was thinking about that for days after.
Yeah.
So I get it. You know, there are impacts that certain films.
Interstellar, I've watched like 5-6 times because of how good it is.
For me, Squid Games is like another Money Heist.
Yeah,
very good. You know, in the moment when you're watching Money Heist, oh, that is so good.
And you know what? To be honest, I wasn't even gonna watch Squid Games because it was like, oh, he started watching. He was like, oh yeah, listen, it's good. And you were like, oh, listen, watch. You said to me to watch one episode, and I thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll just watch the rest of them.
Yeah.
Started watching it on my way back after, like. You know what? When you told me to watch it, I was just coming back from my work.
Watch one episode, Amrit.
Is there anything else you want me to watch?
What do you guys? So what do you guys think of the ending? Should he have got on that plane? Should he have not got off? How did you guys feel then?
I think if he got on that plane, there wouldn't be no season 2.
Yeah, I think he's opened it up to season 2 now.
Yeah.
You know, his sole aim is he's going to destroy this organization. I think we want to see that. And yeah, look forward to season 2. I think
it will definitely happen because the hype's there, isn't it? Like normally they'd kill it off if nobody watched it, but everybody watched it.
Well, we'll see when the next one comes out. In the meantime, let us know what you think of Squid Games in the comment, and that's all from us. Goodbye.